Hi guys, it's Amanda here, and I have a question for all of you guys. Do you guys ever watch a video or see something on TV that says, don't try this at home? Well, today we're gonna do some science experiments that we can do at home. All right? So we're gonna do 4 experiments that we could use items from in our house. If not, they're at the dollar store or a 99-cent store. And there's only one rule we have to follow, and that is that we need to do these experiments with a trusted adult, whether that's a sibling, parent, guardian, aunt, uncle, friend, whatever. You have to do this with a trusted adult supervising you at all times. So with that said, let's get started. So our first experiment is going to be the pepper and dish soap experiment. So for this, we're going to need water, a plate, dish soap, some pepper, and your finger. So we're going to start by pouring some water in the plate. Be careful not to fill the water too much. You don't want it to overflow. Fill it about halfway. Then we're going to take the pepper, and the pepper is going to float on the water. Just like that. You want to cover the whole plate with water to make the effect even better. All right, that was good. So before I do the experiment, I want to show you guys something. So I'm going to take my dry finger and tap it in the water. Real quick, with your trusted adult, I want you to tell them what you think is going to happen when you put your finger in the water. So I'm going to put my finger in the water. Only this much pepper moved, right? So I'm going to dry my finger. And I'm going to put some dish soap on it. Not too much. Just a little bit. And now again, I want you to tell them what you think is going to happen now that I have dish soap on my finger. All right? You guys ready? Whoa. Isn't that cool? So this happens because the soap breaks the surface tension of the water. And when that happens, the rest of the pepper moves away. So let's go to our second experiment now. For our second experiment, we're going to be making a lava lamp. So for this, we're going to need 1/4 cup of any oil. It could be vegetable oil, corn oil, basically any cooking oil. A cup that's filled up 3/4 of the way, and 1 teaspoon of salt. All right, so first we're going to pour the oil in. Nice and slow with your trusted adult. And you guys can already kind of see the effect. This is because oil is lighter than water in density. All right, and we're going to watch as the salt. You guys can kind of see that the salt is actually heavier than the oil, so it floats to the bottom. But as it's doing that, it's bringing some of the oil down and making some bubbles. Let's kind of shake it around. You see this? Ooh, that's a big bubble. All right, and I'm going to do this experiment again, but with food coloring so it can have a better effect. But this experiment can be done with or without food coloring. It's up to you. So you can use any food coloring you want. Me, personally, I'm going to use red because it's my favorite color. So we're going to do the same thing that we did before. Pour the vegetable oil on top. Then we're going to put around 5 drops of food coloring. Remember, any choice is fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. And then we're going to sprinkle the salt on top and watch the magic. Whoa. And now we have a red lava lamp. To make it look cooler, I put a flashlight underneath the cup and turned on the lights off so it looks like a real lava lamp. Isn't that cool? See, the bubbles have started to slow down, but that's okay. It still looks awesome. On to the next experiment. So for our third experiment, we're gonna be doing milk and dish soap. So it's kind of like the pepper and the dish soap one, but this one you actually need food coloring, so if you don't, just skip ahead to the fourth experiment. So for this one, we're gonna need milk. Again, you could use the same plate as you did before because it's like the same thing. Food coloring, we're gonna need around 4 colors to make it more colorful, and then dish soap. So we're gonna start by pouring the milk into the bowl. Again, you don't wanna fill it too much because you don't want it to spill. And then we're gonna take 1 drop from each food coloring. So this one's red. Be careful not to put too much because you don't want it to spread. This one's yellow. This one is green. And this one is blue. And we don't want the colors to touch because with this experiment, we're gonna see what happens. So again, we're gonna take our dish soap and just put a very small amount in the middle, and we're gonna watch what happens. So as you guys can see, you can't really see the yellow one, so maybe we shouldn't have used yellow. But as we see the red and the blue and the green, look at what they're doing. Again, I put the dish soap right there. So watch what they're doing. We're gonna wait a couple minutes. And now you're starting to see the yellow and see what happens. Okay, so it's been about 30 seconds, and as you guys can see, the food coloring is actually still moving, even 30 seconds away. And look, now it's even moving away. And now we're having a whole, like, rainbow of colors in our milk. And if you blow on it, you can have it move just a little bit, and then it starts to spread even more. So now it looks, now we have tie-dye milk. And it'll keep moving for a couple more minutes until the soap completely dissolves into the milk. And this happens for the same reason that the pepper works in the dish soap. The soap is moving the milk, it's breaking the surface tension. So the food coloring is moving as the dish soap is dissolving into the milk and breaking the surface tension. And now I don't think I see any milk. All of it is color now. That's pretty cool. All right, let's go to our next experiment. For our final experiment, we're gonna be making a volcano, all right? So for this, we're gonna need a pan, could be an oven tray, just has to be thick enough to cover the mess we're about to make, a tall cup, a tablespoon of baking, 2 tablespoons of baking soda, red food coloring, because lava is red, and half a cup of vinegar. So first, we're gonna put the tablespoon of baking soda in the cup, but we need 2 tablespoons, so I'm gonna pour another one out. And pour it over the pan, because that's gonna be where we put our mess. So we put a 2nd tablespoon in. We're gonna flatten it out so it's flat and even. Then we're gonna put about 6 to 7 drops of food coloring. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. All right. And now, before we put the vinegar in, we don't want to make a mess of anything. So, put it in the center, and we're gonna watch what happens when we put the vinegar in quickly. So that was our quick and easy volcano. But just in case you don't have food coloring, I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like without food coloring, all right? All right, so we're gonna do the same experiment again, but without the food coloring. And I promise you it's gonna have the same effect, it just won't be red. That's fine. So we're gonna put a tablespoon baking soda. Then we're gonna do it again. And please, if you make a mess, please clean it. That's the nice thing to do. All right, we're gonna even it out. Put it on our tray. And no food coloring again, but it will still be just as awesome. You guys ready? Wow. You guys hear that? So that was our colorless volcano. Guys, I'm proud to announce that you guys are all scientists now. You guys just completed 4 at-home science experiments that you could do anytime from now on. You just rewatch this video and you could do all the steps all over again. All right, bye for now.